my boyfriend and I just celebrated our 1 year. I always debate this portion of my set because as a feminist, and I lost maybe a couple of you, it's like, am I really going to talk about a man for what, 5 more minutes? But as a woman existing, I am just stoked I get to talk for 5 minutes. So, buckle up. Here we go. My boyfriend and I, we tried bringing food into the bedroom, and for my parents who will hear this audio clip later, that just means breakfast in bed. So like a good white hetero couple, we went to Lund's, and oh my gosh, there are so many different whipped cream options. Like you have your keto option for the gym bros, and your lactose-free option for the people with tummy troubles, and your low-fat option also for the gym bros. But my boyfriend is from Wisconsin, so we chose ranch. It was in a different aisle, but we found it. Don't worry. And people ask me, and they ask him, how he feels about me talking about like our relationship and like intimate things about our lives on stage in my jokes. And I'll admit that there definitely was a learning curve. It took some getting used to for him. For example, I had a really big comedy show, like a career-changing comedy show a couple months into dating, and he just was running late and then never showed up and didn't respond to my texts. And in his defense, he had a seizure on the way there and was hospitalized for 3 days. But I just feel like he made the night about him. If he wanted to, he would. Right? I did that joke one time, and before I even got to the seizure part, a woman from the back of the audience yelled, "Dump him!" So she is gonna grow up to be our first female president. Mark my words. My boyfriend and I, we met on Bumble. Did anybody else meet their partner on a dating app? Nice, okay. You raise your hand. How long were you on the apps for before you met your partner? A few months. Is that a long time, a little time? A long time, a few months, a long time? Honey, I've had milk in the fridge longer than a few months. I was on the apps for 3.5 years before I met my partner. There is pasta that goes bad before that. Now, I was on the apps for 3.5 years, and I kind of got into routine when I was on the apps. I kind of did the same things. If I was on a date with somebody and I knew it was the last date I was going to be on with them, I would pay for the date. It's kind of like when you know you're going to put your dog down. So what do you want to do today? Anywhere you want to go? Any foods you want to try? It's your day. The first time I did that joke for my boyfriend is also the day I girl bossed into never paying for a date again. So, thank you. He is super weird about it now, though, when I ask, "Do you want to go for a walk?" No walks. And if I do happen to pay for a date, then my boyfriend will immediately Venmo me. And the text in the Venmo is always something like, "I want to live." So my Venmo's frozen. For suspicious activity. This is Funniest Person with a Day Job, so I figured I'd talk a little bit about that too. My primary source of income is actually returning purchases. That's why I'm at the mall. Yeah. I got a couple paychecks in Old Navy order, so once those are done, it's off to Trader Joe's. My secondary source of income is I'm an engineer. If you didn't woo, then you are an enemy of women in STEM. Noted. We meet every month. I have your names. No. And I think I've mastered sort of writing an email as a woman in a male-dominated industry. And feel free to use this. So when I go to write the email, I have my ask, I give context, a deadline, and then before I sign off, I just add, "Are you mad at me?" That's Whitney. My dad is also an engineer, and this is something him and I bonded over, and we had a heart-to-heart, and I shared with him, I know I'm not the son you wanted. He had a super sweet response. He goes, "No, Whitney, you're not the son I wanted, but you are the daughter I needed." Right? So sweet. But someone does need to tell my 3 older sisters. Got it. Thank you, everybody.